When we examine the leadership styles that were used in the ancient civilizations, we see that there were no big difference between the types of leadership that we are using today. Of course, the lifestyles were different in those days, but we see that the styles of leadership were practically the same. In these 6 videos, I will go deeper into the styles of leadership in the ancient civilizations, and we will see together how they were not different between those that we are using today. So let us dive into it. When we study ancient civilizations, we have access to a treasure trove of insights into leadership, showcasing various styles, successes and failures that offer invaluable lessons applicable even in modern times. I mean, even today. One such style is adaptive leadership. Ancient leaders often had to adapt to changing circumstances, much like today's leaders. During the advent of COVID-19, leaders had to adapt to their changing circumstances. So you must be able to adapt to environmental changes or even societal shifts. During those days, these leaders had to be flexible and innovative in their approach, a quality essential during those contemporary leadership times. I must point out that during those days, it was much more difficult to carry out such change for obvious reasons. Ethical leadership was also very prevalent during the ancient times. Many ancient leaders were revered for their ethical values and moral compass. Many principles like justice, fairness, and integrity that they uphold remain timeless virtues in leadership. Leaders today can learn from their commitment to serving their people with honesty and righteousness. Though we have seen during these last years that ethics is something which is lacking in most of our leaders. Though we say that ethics is doing the right thing, even if no one is watching, I really don't see that in many leaders. Maybe that will change in the future. Now we come to vision and strategy. When we talk about leaders during the ancient times, civilizations like ancient Egypt or Rome flourished due to visionary leaders who formulated long-term strategies. They had clear visions for their societies and meticulously planned strategies to achieve these goals. You won't believe it, but this was very existent in the leaders of ancient Egypt and Rome. We all know about the leadership of persons like Caesar. And in Egypt, we had the Queen Cleopatra. They had clear visions for their societies and meticulously planned strategies to achieve these goals. This emphasizes the importance of vision and strategic planning in leadership. As you can see, they had what we are using today: vision, strategic planning in leadership. Now we come to resilience and perseverance, two essential elements that will make a leader a successful one or just a failure in what he is doing, in what he is aspiring to do. The rise and fall of ancient civilizations often hinged on their leaders' resilience in times of adversity. During those times, life was very hard and you had many ups and downs. As such, the leaders had to cultivate that resilience and perseverance. Learning how leaders navigated through crises, wars, and other challenges can teach our modern leaders about resilience, adaptability, and perseverance in the face of difficulties. If you're able to conquer these two qualities, resilience and perseverance, I don't see how you won't succeed as a good leader in our actual world. Cultural intelligence. Ancient leaders dealt with diverse populations and cultures, requiring a deep understanding and respect for different traditions and beliefs. Much like today, we have diverse types of populations and cultures in many countries. And as such, it is important that the leaders understand these diverse populations and their cultures. Leaders today can draw from this by fostering cultural intelligence, crucial in our interconnected global society. There is also what is known as team building and collaboration. Today we all talk about team building, how team building can foster a good and conducive atmosphere in our working place. Many ancient accomplishments were the result of collaborative efforts. Leaders from these times understood the significance of teamwork and collaborations. They knew that they won't be able to do the whole work by themselves, everything by themselves. So they knew that they had to build a good team around themselves. Valuable lessons for contemporary leaders in fostering a cooperative and cohesive team. Number 7 is what we know as legacy and succession planning. Ancient leaders often focused on their legacy and the continuity of their rule. Understanding how they manage succession planning and the transition of power can provide our leaders of today insights into ensuring the sustainability and growth of organizations. Finally, we have advisory and decision making. Leaders often surrounded themselves with advisors and counsels. Much like today, same thing. We have leaders who have around 10, 20, even 30 advisors and counsels. Learning from how they sought counsel and made critical decisions can guide modern leaders in creating effective advisory structures and making informed choices. So today we have talked about adaptive leadership, ethical leadership, vision and strategy, resilience and perseverance, cultural intelligence, team building and collaboration, legacy and succession planning, advisory and decision making. In the next video, we'll be talking about military leadership, republican values, authority and hierarchy, visionary governance, infrastructure and administration, civic virtue and public service, adaptability and assimilation, legacy and succession planning concerning ancient civilizations. Like the video and subscribe so that I can create more contents for you. Thank you and have a nice day.